at this, dude. Oh, yeah.
Oh, my God. It looks fake.
Hey, how are y'all? Have you guys ever heard of the Roadshow Roundup? Yeah, Audrey's heard of it. So there you go.
Who's that? Is that?
We're doing our podcast, and
hi.
this is Audrey. That's Cody, and there's Ryan Channels and Justin Channels.
Well, I'm sorry to interrupt.
No, I invited you to interrupt.
No, it's by design.
Who does she collect?
She collects veteran Mets stars.
All right.
So like David Wright.
Like David Wright, Mike Piazza.
Yeah.
Daryl Strawberry.
Hello, everybody. Tracy Hackler back with another remote edition of the Roadshow Roundup. As you can tell, I'm not in my normal office setting. But Cody Crim there from the Texas Roadshow. And the Channels brothers are Justin and Ryan Channels from the California Roadshow. So I had to travel to Cancun, Mexico. But we all know the Roundup doesn't sleep. The Roundup doesn't take vacation days.
They do go to soccer games, though.
The Roundup does go to soccer games. We found out probably about 5 minutes ago with Kevin Kulikowski of the New York Roadshow. Once dubbed himself the lifeblood holding the podcast together. We have no lifeblood tonight, so does that mean we die? I don't know that for a fact, but
I was waving to your friends walking by.
Yeah.
You're distracted.
Well, I don't know everybody here. I just know like 98 of the people. But Kevin went from
he's the
New
motor.
York.
He's no longer the lifeblood.
No, he's not. He went from New York to Lexington, Kentucky this week to learn kind of some shop do's and don'ts and processes and procedures because he's about to open. So he's learning under Trey Huntsman from Kentucky and David Diamondstein from Kentucky. But Trey and Kevin up and went to a soccer game tonight.
Yeah, I was going to ask you, does the Kentucky shop do a lot of business in Cincinnati, Ohio?
Well, I would say that they do tonight, and they're missing what promises to be maybe the greatest episode of the Roadshow Roundup we've done to date.
Always,
even without the lifeblood in it. So,
Justin,
how are you? No, you're good. So Kevin Trey, you're going to be missed, but
Justin's reaction was funny.
The show must go on. No, Justin, I'm not introducing you. But I am in Cancun. My younger son, Alston, graduated from high school. Apparently now, and this is a good topic to start us off. When did senior trips become a thing? Because my senior trip was going to my buddy's house on the corner and having a keg party.
I think my senior trip was like Six Flags or something.
Right. It was close and it was convenient and it was nice. And
yeah. So that's interesting because Ryan and I, we kind of had a big one. We actually got in a coach bus and they took our whole class down to Disneyland and we got the grad night at Disneyland where they shut down the whole park for everybody except high school seniors. And then you just go ride all the rides. There's like DJs at all the different spots with like dance floors and stuff. And then all the food and everything. And I think you get to go to like 3:00 in the morning.
I want to see you guys
Tracy,
dancing.
it sounds like kids are spoiled right now.
Yeah. So Cancun is where Austin's class went. About 98 of my closest and his closest friends are here for 5 days. Should be fun. It is an accomplishment. I've got both of my kids now out of high school, about to be an empty nester.
So question for you, where was Clayton's senior trip?
He opted to go to New York City, which was a lot easier, and we were able to kind of theme it or time it around the NBA draft going on. So that made it a little bit simpler. I was already going to New York, but he'd never been, so he got to see it, and that was fun. I get it. It's cool. Different time for sure than what I'm way older than certainly you three guys. But I guess it's a sign of the new time. And apparently I didn't know this until right when we got off the airplane in like half our plane of 18-year-olds is just ordering margaritas at the bar that the drinking age in Cancun is 18. Yeah. So wish I would have known
that until you landed. Is that what you said?
Yeah, I guess I wasn't aware of that until all the kids were just getting hammered, like within steps of getting off the plane. So, but I will say, hold on. I will say that that every kid that's here, at least one of their parents had to be here. So
you have 98 kids and 98 parents.
Do you guys have an itinerary? You guys have like a whole thing you're doing?
No, the only thing we have planned is we have a catamaran thing on Friday, but everything else
For 98 people? That's a big catamaran.
No. It's like a different groups of like 15. Some are going tomorrow, some are going Friday, some are going Saturday. But having said all that, I say all of it to say the roundup doesn't rest, and there's a lot of stuff going on at the Roadshow, both in Texas for sure. We're so dangerously close to announcing
so close.
Scary.
An open day.
Scary.
It's scary in a good way.
Oh yeah.
But most of Cody's heavy lifting is done. We teased a quite remarkable fixture that's been now installed in his shop on our socials. Kev, can't talk to Kev tonight, can I?
No.
Cody, what were we're not going to reveal all of it now, but from the time you saw the idea sketched out to the time you saw it installed on your wall, how did your perspective change of your destination piece in your shop?
Oh, it definitely came to life and is a lot bigger than, I mean, we knew the size roughly. Although to be quite honest with our AWLs, since I'm going to take over the lifeblood now of this podcast.
I like it.
We honestly didn't know exactly where it was going to start and where it was going to finish until literally we were hanging the panels.
Yeah.
But just incredible. I mean, Corey and his team just did an awesome job. And I think, as it develops more and we get cards in there and we get closer to opening, and then after we get opening, and we can slowly but surely fill it with cards, I think it's just going to be phenomenal. And I think Corey has said this before, but I think it's just going to be a piece that no other shop in the world has ever done. So huge shout out to Show Your Slabs and their team over there for being able to make our dream a reality. And for our AWLs and for our Instagram followers and YouTube subscribers, it will soon be a full reveal reality to y'all. We're waiting for a few more pieces to come together, I believe, before we put that out. So be sure you're following us on all of our platforms so you don't miss that. But it definitely is something to see.
Yeah, it's. I knew it was a grand idea when Corey first presented it to us, but trying to take what he has a mocked up image of, and extrapolating that out over the massive wall that you have in your shop. It's hard to visualize it, but when it went up, it was like even better than I thought it was going to be. And I think people will want to come from all over the place to check it out. And since we're recording this particular episode on the first day of June, it's probably worth noting that we're not going to know specifics for a few more days, but Cody, the Texas Roadshow will be open this month.
Yeah, absolutely. And barring anything changing between now and next week's podcast, I hope to be able to share with y'all, if the timing allows, to be able to share with y'all the opening date for my shop. So it is very soon approaching.
It's cool to know that the first time I saw that building, I took that picture of Cody in there in this cavernous, empty space, and now to see what it has become is pretty special. also special is a little bit of progress being made in California. Not wheels aren't spinning full speed yet, but we got news today that something is on the way that will be also something of a game changer. Is that correct?
Yes. So our differentiator, I guess you could call it, our the main piece of our shop. I mean, obviously our shop's going to look different all around, but one of the very big focal points of our shop is being delivered tomorrow. So we're very excited. It is 700 pounds. So
What
do with that as you will. We're very excited.
You mean it's not 11?
It's a case of Prism.
It's a case of
Donruss
700.
Yes, please.
Yeah. Only one?
That's about 700 pounds.
Yeah, so it's massive. It's very it's going to be really, really cool. We can't wait to see it. And
it's very unique.
Extremely unique, one of a kind. So
it is a one of a kind piece.
Literally unique.
Yes.
So let me ask y'all this. I guess everybody. I haven't seen, I'm going to try to do this without giving too much away. I haven't seen anything like what y'all are doing.
I don't think so either. I've been to a ton of shops. We've been all over the country, and I just think that ours is. I mean, there's about 3 pieces now that I would say are completely different.
I would say like vibe wise or like the way we treat our customers and things, like there are a lot of really good shops out there that treat their customers amazing and the hospitality is great. But as far as like obviously we'll have that, but also like aesthetically, this I think will be one of the most aesthetically pleasing hobby shops in the world.
And we have one of the mainstays of the Roadshow shop has been the card bar. And again, I won't give too much away, but we're working on something now. And this is the beauty of the time and the creative energy that the whole Roadshow team has been able to bring to the board. I'll say this as much as this. I know I was talking to Kevin recently, and he and I were just throwing ideas back and forth. And because we've had delays and because we have so much time to plan these things out, I've actually come to an idea to make some changes for the better, actually, to further differentiate our shop and to add another unique side to it. And Ryan and I are super excited about that. Not 100% sure what that's going to look like for the card bar or how it's going to be executed, but the idea, it's like you said, Hackler, about Cody's wall. It's like on paper, it's one thing, and then once you see it, it's a whole nother thing. And we have the utmost confidence in our guys, our contractor. He's actually known for designing a lot of the wine bars here in the county and for Napa and Sonoma. So very interesting to take a wine bar designer and turn that into a card bar kind of thing. And we're very excited.
Well, I think you speak for the rest of the hobby. We're all excited. And you said before we got started that you might have some positive updates on permits in the next few days as well, right?
For sure. Yeah. So I got off the phone with the contractor this morning, and we have, and I'm not sure if I said this last week, if I already had, that's awesome. Thank you for listening to last week's podcast. But
I'm sorry, who's this speaking right now?
This is Justin, by the way,
Okay.
for everybody on Spotify and
at Game Use Cards.
At Game Use Cards at Cali Roadshow Shop.
Thank you, Justin.
For anybody, yeah, I'm wearing the white shirt in case, whatever. But the thing is that everything has been submitted. All of our papers and all the permits, all the applications, everything that needs to be submitted for the California Roadshow has been submitted. And approval is pending on one of those permits tomorrow for I believe it's the plumbing and sewage, because the space we had was previously a restaurant. And so the permits for all that need to go through. We're like some of the drains, in order for us to get our floors down, some of these drains need to be plugged, because we don't want to have big drains, on the floor of our card shop. So we have to plug those drains, and that requires plumbing permits. And
Although
so
that could have helped with all that water that was leaking in.
it really could have. It really
Yeah.
could have. If only, man. And never mind.
It's a real catch-22 there.
Yeah. But that's really exciting because we haven't been able to, we being the whole contractor crew and everybody, haven't been able to do anything without these permits.
Nothing.
Yeah, without these permits properly addressed. And so we can start, part of the top layer of the ground needs to be sanded down for the floors, and to have all that put down and all that getting started as early as this week is really exciting because there's not a whole ton of work to do, especially with the manpower that these guys possess and everything and the tools that they have. So just a waiting game, but we won't have to wait too much longer, it sounds like.
I love it. That's all positive movement, positive momentum.
Oh yeah,
Sir.
And I don't want to speak too much on Kevin's behalf, but I know that based on some email exchanges I saw today, that one of his key destination pieces will be shipped and delivered in the next few days, and there's a greater than zero chance that the New York Roadshow is also open during the month of June. Don't know that for a fact yet. Don't want to put the cart before the horse, so to speak, but there's a chance that we have 2 of our 3 remaining shops to open.
That's really all
phase
he has
one.
waiting for, right?
I believe so. Yeah, he probably has to have like a final walkthrough or something, but yeah, so that's also exciting. So stay tuned for a lot of grand opening plans in the next few episodes because they're going to come hot and heavy. And then one other thing I wanted to mention, because Trey's not here to speak on it, unfortunately, him and Kevin, if you missed earlier, big time to us for a soccer game in Cincinnati tonight. Unbeknownst really to any of us, felt like
Kevin said his phone was broken though. He broke his phone today.
Well, he also broke the knife off in my back. If I'm being honest with you.
Yeah, it's weird his phone wasn't working from like 2 to like 6:04.
Yeah, I mean it had to have been broken, right?
Yeah, you got to fix. There's a really good AT&T phone shop in Lexington that fixed it up.
No, I think it's in Cincinnati because that's where he sent the picture from.
That's where he is.
There's also
Hopefully, look, I'm going to give him the benefit of the doubt and say he's scouting for investment opportunities on the soccer pitch. One of the things I wanted to bring up, and if you haven't watched it on our socials, a gentleman pulled in store today, Wednesday, June 1st, from a box of National Treasures. He pulled a Trey Lance NFL Shield out of 3 RPA, and the reaction to that video, especially our very dear friend David Diamond,
yeah.
but the whole team in unison watching the break, and that card gets pulled and the people go crazy. You got to watch it. I'm sure Ryan, please show it here because it's spectacular. It's why it's the kind of moment you hope for in your shop happens on a pretty regular basis, we hope, but the fact that we captured it because we need such good security cameras means it also creates some great social content. Would you guys, have you seen it? You 3 guys I'm talking to, have you seen the video, and what score do you give Diamondstein's celebration?
I got to give Dubs a 10 out of 10.
Yep, I agree.
Yeah, because if you ask that guy who Trey Lance is, I'm not sure he will be able to give you
So that's the crazy thing that I was going to ask y'all. So I did see it. I think that it was for sure the best card shop video I've seen ever since the one where Andy from IndyCar Exchange pulled a huge one from F1. That was a good video too, but it reminded me a lot of that one.
Yeah.
But my surprise was really like Dubs knows sports, so like I think he does know who Trey Lance is, right?
Right.
But like I've been in the shop when there's a big card pulled, not that big, but pretty big card pulled, and Dubs' reaction is always, "Oh, how much do you think that's worth? Oh, how much do you think that's worth?"
Right.
Because he's not necessarily a card guy. So like the card was so big to get such a reaction out of Dubs is just like, wow, this thing is like. I really wish that there would have been something to capture like his reaction to that Jones card that Jimmy pulled.
It's just so out of character for Dubs to get that excited, man. It's so awesome.
Over anything.
He was doing jumping jacks.
Just thinking about it.
I was thinking about that too, and I was like, I don't. And me and my brother were texting about it. Justin, Ryan, y'all spent weeks in Lexington. Me and Chase spent a week. I've spent countless days there on other trips. Tracy, you spent quite a lot of time there. I couldn't think of a single moment.
Nope.
Of anything, not just the card being pulled, but anything where I've seen Dubs more excited or as excited than that video.
Man, it was so awesome. Just, to see me.
He had Dubs had the same reaction that Tracy has to hearing fish nugs at Suggins.
Yeah. Oh,
pretty
man,
good.
so good. And a sleeper reaction, if you watch that video again, Ryan, if you can play it again, just while we're talking about it. But Kevin's reaction is pretty good too.
Yeah. I wish we could have got a wider shot to see Kevin's like full reaction to that video.
Oh man. Here's the last thing I'll say about it. Dub's reaction.
Hey, do you want to be on the Roadshow Roundup?
Hey, Brody, have you heard
We
of
won't
the
be able
Roadshow
to see who it is, but
Have you heard of the Roadshow Roundup? Okay, that's fine. That's.
Well, I want to know now. Bring him on.
Hold on. This is a dear friend of mine, Brody Korscott.
Hey, how y'all doing?
His father was in my wedding. I was in his father's wedding. Brody.
Hey, welcome to the Roadshow. Welcome to the Roadshow Roundup.
Appreciate it.
What, Brody? Just real quick, will you tell them what is the favorite card that I've ever given you?
Oh, the one of yourself.
Bingo. That's what I'm.
My favorite.
Brody, how many drinks have you had in Cancun already?
Not enough.
There you go. Not enough.
Good,
Brody, thank you for another roundup with us, man. Thank you.
Good time. I'll see y'all later. Good to meet y'all.
Hey, good to see you.
All right.
Bye.
Much continued success.
Yes.
In
How many
all
times
your
have you
life
touched in the air?
endeavors.
Like
after
5
high school.
times.
So the thing that's funny about this, it's almost like he like he waited for me.
He waited for confirmation.
That is funny because now that you're saying that, he was like one of the last ones to react, but his reaction is like bigger than everybody else's.
He had to make sure that was the right reaction, man. But that might be one of my favorite Dubs moments ever. Like nothing will
it's
ever
number
top it.
one, right?
We could go on talking about Dubs' celebration dance. Dubs, if you're watching, well, we know that doesn't happen, but Dubs, thank you for the ray of sunshine that you provided us. I'm going to go watch that video over and over again.
I wish we could get a clip. We need to see if Ryan can somehow crop it to where it's just Dubs, just going like this.
Dude, his reaction steals it. Well, listen, this has been a pretty unorthodox episode of the Roadshow Roundup. We've had special guests, including one that said she knew what the Roundup was. Another one, a dear friend of mine's son, came on, talked about his favorite trading card, which was the one I gave him of myself, which is probably just think about that one. And there was Dubs. So this, I don't think I'm going out on a really big limb to say this might be the best episode of the Roundup we've ever done. I mean,
it's going to be tough to beat. I can tell you that.
The most exotic.
I mean, even without the lifeblood and the hair of Trey, we managed to make it successful. And that's a real testament to you three gentlemen, and obviously the phenomenal, easy for me to say, phenomenal AWLs watching at home. Gentlemen, thank you. I love y'all. Trey, Kevin, even though you're not here, I still love y'all. But more importantly, I love everybody watching. Let's do it again next week, shall we?
What's up, everybody? This is Trey at Roadshow Cards. Gonna do a little bit of a box break today with my dude, Trey McBride. How's it going out here, man? You having a good time?
Yeah, I'm loving it here. It's been awesome.
Yeah, it's been a good day at Memorial Coliseum rookie photo shoot. The folks at Panini nice enough to give us some packs out here today. This is what you're gonna be on for the next year.
Yeah, it's crazy.
So I'll give you this one right here, and we can get started. Did you ever open packs when you were a kid at all?
I did, yeah. When I was younger, we did some of this stuff, and it was just cool to try to get your favorite players.
Yeah, so you're going to be on these for the next year, taking pictures of those today. Did you sign a few autographs?
I did, yeah. I got some good ones. So.
Yeah? Let's see what we got here. See if we got any Cardinals. Jamar Chase, not a bad one. Let's see. Who are you looking forward to playing the most on your offense?
I think you're just being around guys like DeAndre Hopkins and Zach Ertz, Kyler. It's just really cool to just kind of play with guys like that.
Have you gotten to spend much time with Zach yet?
Yeah, I have. It's been really good. He's kind of, show me the ropes and things like that. It's been really cool.
Yeah, so now that there's going to be so many guys out here collecting cards, people are going to be open packs, seeing you on there. Why should people that collect cards collect you?
Yeah, I think, I'm just a hardworking guy that loves the game and is going to give it all. So I think you're going to want to collect mine.
Well, there you go. So if you need a new personal collection, if you're looking for somebody, collect this dude right here. He'll be in all the sets coming up here. So once again, Trey, Roadshow Cards. We'll see y'all soon.